we're hanging out, technology wise. This is our version of hanging out today. How are you doing? How are you feeling right now? Because I feel like that's important to think about.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm having a little time staying self-motivated because when you don't have a lot of things going on that you're looking forward to, it's kind of hard to get yourself to, do work and stuff. But other than that, I'm just feeling really grateful to have my job still and to be able to have our fans and all of my bandmates and still be able to be creative since, you can be creative indoors, and feeling lucky for my health at the moment.
Absolutely. So how has this impacted your touring cycle?
Well, we did have a summer tour coming up, and as of right now, we haven't heard what's going to happen with that. I would guess, since of the timing and how other shows are going, it might not be happening, but we're still holding out. We're still staying positive, so hopefully soon we can let everybody know what's going on with that. But it's definitely been a little bit of a challenge.
I can imagine. What have you been doing to keep busy?
A lot of work. We're trying to get some videos out for fans and stuff, some acoustic stuff, some covers. It's kind of hard when you're in a ska band. There's 7 people. We're not really allowed to be in the same room together at the same time. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but we're working through. We're getting creative, which is good for us. It's good to think outside the box.
How have you been able to meet or to sort of collaborate right now?
Kind of how we're talking now. There's been a lot of that, a lot of emails, old school, a lot of instant messaging each other and our other people who do our social media and stuff, and just trying to brainstorm as much as we can. And it's been cool to see what other people have been doing and been drawing inspiration. And it's just nice to see everybody still keeping busy and doing things that are good for their soul. And it brings joy to other people too, getting to see everybody else perform and stuff on my Facebook feed. It's nice.
Speaking of which, how would you recommend, or what sort of advice would you give to fans that are on quarantine or self-distancing or whatever the heck we're going to call it today versus tomorrow? What advice do you think, what's working well for you?
Well, I would say step 1, listen to our government and the CDC and wash your hands and, listen to the experts. It's important to stay home for, the elderly and the vulnerable out there. We want to protect everybody. So that's step 1. Step 2, I think, today I put on makeup and everything, and that was kind of helpful. So I think you got to take care of yourself. It's really easy to want to lounge around in sweatpants, and I've been just eating cookies and sitting in sweatpants, and that's not really helpful. So I think take care of yourself, your mental health, and try and do something good for someone else, whether it's you're 6 feet away from someone and you smile, or you could be helpful, or just check in on a friend. And like I said, with music, people have been putting up clips of shows. Bands have been doing live concerts and stuff, streaming, and I think that's really helpful. So if you've got something to share, I think now's the time to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, some bands are doing couch concerts. Have you guys considered doing that, or is it just too many people together?
Well, we've been talking about it, but one of our band members has a sick kid. And so we all don't want to be in one area. It's not a coronavirus sickness, but we're just trying not to pass anything that we can help. So for the moment, we're kind of on a little bit of a lockdown on that. But hopefully in the near future, we can all get together. It's just, like I said, ska bands, man, there's just too many of us to be in one place at one time.
I'm pretty sure there's actually a literal meme that I've seen about that. Ska bands are not allowed to meet because there's just too many members. So
the ska community is always 100 on the memes. Within minutes, someone's got a ska meme for it, and it always makes me so happy. There's so many great accounts out there just making memes, like Ska Punk Daily and stuff. They've always got good memes, which brings a smile to your face, right? In these times, you gotta laugh at yourself a little bit.
Absolutely. I do think that laughter is another good piece of advice, is to find even the little things, the goofy things. I've pretty much, my Facebook and my Instagram is a lot of cat memes and that and music memes. So very helpful.
You gotta keep your spirits up. We're all in this together, not to be cliche, but it's true. I mean, we're all trying to help each other out. So bring a smile to someone's face. Make a meme.
I think there is a little bit to be said about that unity, right? Like there aren't a lot of people that are like, well, other than spring breakers, but that's about to change too. But like there's not a lot of people that are like out and about, going shopping, going to the movies, because nobody can do those things. So
Yeah, I will say everyone's pretty much been keeping themselves self-contained, which is really cool that everybody's pitching in and doing their part. And we have a really great music community. I feel like ska, especially because we're always picked on by everybody else. We're kind of like one. I mean, like, everyone's doing really cool stuff, and I've seen a lot of people in the ska community reaching out to each other and trying to be helpful and keeping spirits up. So I think that's really cool. And music in general, a lot of musicians too, not just ska. I can't like throw shade on everyone else.
Fair enough. And you mentioned that it's you're still being creative. Are you working on new music?
Yeah, we're always trying to work on new music. It's a little harder because Brian Mashburn, the other guy who writes the songs with me, for the most part, he is the one with the sick child, so we haven't been able to get in the same room. But we were talking today about ideas we both have. We're kind of bouncing things off, sending clips back and forth, and we're also trying to get on some maybe some covers just to put out for people. Some going old school lo-fi garage band, since we can't get to a studio per se, but we're getting creative with what we've got. So
yeah, I think that's helpful. And I as a teacher, I work with young people all the time, and I like to kind of focus on the hopeful aspects. So although there's like so much uncertainty right now, what gives you hope?
That's a really good question. I didn't think we were going to get so deep, but now, no. I think, like I said before, just seeing the little acts of kindness people are doing for each other, it makes me really happy. And to see that families are sticking together. I took a walk in my neighborhood the other night, and I looked in the houses, which makes me sound creepy, but I was just walking by, and all these families were having dinner around the dinner table together. And it's kind of giving us a moment to slow down and see what we can be appreciative for. And I think it's given a lot of people a new perspective, including myself. And so I think that makes me really hopeful for, and we're all going to be so excited when we can go back outside and do stuff again. Like, I think we're all going to have like a really big response to that. And that makes me excited too.
Excellent. Well, I'm also excited to see what's next for Bite Me Bambi when things start getting going again. So please continue to stay positive. Thank you for connecting with us today, and we hope you stay well.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome. Have a good